All right, good afternoon, folks. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Learn Biz, the podcast. Um, Today is going to be an interesting conversation because the social media streets have been buzzing. So, we had to hit on this legacy talk, DJ Envy, Cesar Pena, and this real estate scam allegations or this Ponzi scheme. I don't know how to phrase it or what's what. I know that there's a lot of buzz, but we're going to get into it a little bit. How's it going, Lisa?
Everything's good today, Sandy B. Law. I tell you, there's always something to get into in these YouTube streets. What's going on with DJ Envy, the popular
Ciao.
DJ?
DJ Envy obviously chose the wrong partner, as sometimes we may do once or twice in our lives. He chose the wrong partner because clearly it is not panning out well for him, and he may really need to do some evaluation of some things because I kind of heard some different stories about this. So we'll see what happens in the ultimate. Let's say what's up to some folks who are joining us. The Lioness of Videography. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining
Good
us.
afternoon. Thank you.
We have Courtney Bromfield. Thank you, Courtney, for joining
Hey,
us. We
Courtney.
appreciate you. Um, this is a tough one because social media always gets to running, and sometimes I'm not inclined to believe it until I actually see something in print.
Right.
Um, but when we started to see some lawsuits flying, people really started to buzz. But anybody can file a lawsuit. The question
Well,
is the
yeah.
lawsuit going to go to the full throttle, right? The full end? Are we going to see an output from this lawsuit, or is it going to be dismissed? Are we going to see a settlement because folks, tend to not want to fight in court? It's a lot of money to waste sometimes versus trying to come to a settlement instead of paying us, the lawyers. Folks may want to come to some kind of resolve. And if I was DJ Envy and Mr. Caesar Pena, I want to sit down at a table and maybe do a mediation and wrap this sucker up. Because the longer that this drags, the longer that legacy of scamming becomes a reality.
But it's not good. So something in print right here says Power 105 studios in New York City have been the site of plenty of drama related to the Breakfast Club. But last week things got even wilder when the iHeartRadio station's office was raided by the FBI, who confiscated electronics as evidence in the investigation involving Breakfast Club co-host DJ Envy. So when
So
the
it really was raided, like they really came in and raided. Raids
this
don't. Lisa, you and I both know ain't no raid happening without some documentation that leads to a raid.
there must be something that leads the FBI to believe that what they think they have, that they pretty much got.
I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a lot. I think in looking at a lot of these news stories and trying to figure out what end is up, you're starting to see more and more issues. Um, DJ Envy decided that he obviously could not keep his mouth to the shuttings. So he decided he was going to address the recent allegations. I figure we should take a look at that little clip and see what DJ Envy had to say. But hello, I know his lawyer told him to shut it up.
Shut up. Would you
So,
stop talking, please?
sir, I don't know why you talking. You might want to shut it up because the more that he talks, the more contradictory it sounds because so many of these social media news reporters are, reporting all kinds of things. So let's see what DJ Envy has to say.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlemagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. There's been a lot going on, Charlemagne.
Like what?
Don't say like.
Hold on, Charlemagne. Why, Charlemagne? You sitting right across from the man. Now you know for the good damn well what the hell is going.
Charlemagne doing the silent treatment? You kidding me?
Nah, Charlemagne is like, bruh, your attorney says shut up. You should shut up. But guess what? DJ
He said,
Envy,
I'm gonna let you talk. Like what?
yeah.
Like what, man? There's been a million and one accusations.
Oh my God, no.
Oh my god,
I'm being
no.
serious.
You know what? We're gonna have to pause a few moments because I can't deal
Oh
with
my god,
Charlemagne's stupid behind.
was that totally fake or what?
Charlemagne is really He's doing what I probably would do because I'm like, bruh, I don't want you bringing this stuff into our workplace. How about you touch it and go? But you don't even need to be talking about it. That's how I feel about it. I'm like, no.
Wait, like, can you back that up to where DJ Envy says there's a lot going on? I got to see how I would respond to that. Go ahead.
Well, let's start here. Oh Lord.
There's been a lot going on, Charlemagne.
Like what?
Really?
Don't say like what, man. There's been a million and one accusations.
Oh my God, no.
I'm being serious. So let me explain some things. I'm not, my attorneys don't want me to speak, but I think there's things that I need to clear up a little bit.
I think you should listen
But
to your
really,
attorney.
dude. But your attorneys don't want you to speak. But come on now, you can't do buts because that can land you in more hot water. Land your butt in more hot water.
All right. So guess who pops in as soon as Lisa's flipping out? He says, our favorite guy, Doug, he says, ladies, I'm in a bad rural area with poor signal. I may have to catch the replay. I went to college with Envy. He is making our alma mater look bad. Oh, man. Didn't DJ Envy go to HU or something? Did he go to Howard or
Wait,
something?
Doug,
Or
Doug, you attended HBCU?
Hampton? I think he went to Hampton or something.
Which school, Doug? Was it Hampton?
I think it was Hampton.
I
I know
seem
he
to think
talks a lot
so.
about Hampton.
I seem to think so.
But girl, we had to have Doug went to school with DJ Envy. DJ Envy messing with our reputation. The legacy of the school is being damaged by the
And
foolishness.
DJ Envy is a nice guy. You know what I mean? Like if there were like the good cop, bad cop, DJ Envy would always be the nice guy, right? Darn.
Not so much. He's had
Not
some
so
moments
much?
on the show. I think he's had some moments on the show that are not very becoming because he tries to play tough guy in instances where he probably should not. That's just my personal opinion.
Okay.
But everybody has their positioning, and I think when you're on a platform like he is, where you're making a hell of a lot of money and you have a hell of a lot of exposure, we can get a little bit into our heads a bit, and think that we're a little bit invincible and forget. We all can have a moment. And so, we're not going to be on the bashing tip of DJ Envy or even Cesar Pena because all of us can be flawed and fall into certain situations. It's just a matter of, when you are in that situation, can you maybe heed the advice of your attorney?
Oh yeah. Don't say
Maybe.
my attorney told me to be quiet, but
Maybe? Like, can we
no.
try?
Don't
Let's
do
see
that.
what he said. We're not going to listen too long.
Attorneys don't want me to speak, but I think there's things that I need to clear up a little bit.
I think you should listen to your attorney. Why don't light-skinned people like to listen? Hey, if your attorney told you don't say nothing, why you talking?
Listen, so Caesar and myself did seminars. Now, the reason I did these seminars is because I wanted to uplift my community. I wanted to teach my community.
Okay, I don't want to listen to his little bootleg script. Let's scroll forward. Let's get
That's
to the
what he's
point.
gonna. That's what he's gonna say in court. So
Industry
he's giving the
professionals to
court
all
story.
these seminars.
Yeah,
whether it was real estate.
he's going through some stuff.
Now,
Let's go.
Caesar, if he took money, I wasn't privy to it,
I
nor
don't
did
know
I
nothing
even
about
know.
that.
But I do understand how people feel if they did give him money, because I gave him a lot of money
Jesus.
that I didn't see a dollar of return.
Now, I'm not going to listen to too much of DJ Envy's foolishness because this is where the problematic part happens. And Lisa, you've done criminal work. So this is a very tricky land that he's stepping into because
Yes.
they're going to use all these little words and phrases and little messaging and all the stuff that he's saying in this public space is definitely going to be used against him. I
It
don't know
definitely
why
is.
he needs to talk.
He doesn't need to talk right now. He should listen to his lawyers, heed the advice of counsel. He who represents himself for a lawyer has a fool for a client. Now, he's essentially representing himself when he goes out of the bounds of what his lawyer has told him. Now, this guy, Cesar Pina,
Yeah.
he is known under the moniker of Flipping NJ, Flipping New Jersey. So if you doing business with someone known as Flipping New Jersey or Flipping anything, it's like caveat emptor, buyer, investor, beware.
Well, we got another video to look at because here's what's interesting. The more that we see things coming out of this story, the more you start to realize how connected he and DJ Envy were. And it's like, as DJ Envy was speaking, you would think that I don't know anything about what this is. I have no clue what's going on. I'm a victim.
like the dozens of other people.
Well, shout out to Tony the Closer and his foolishness. Tony the Closer has been dogging this story for quite some time. I mean, this video here was about 2 months ago, and they've been talking about this in the social media streets for quite some time.
Oh,
But here we
wow.
go, a couple of little clips.
What up, y'all? It's DJ MV.
Flipping NJ.
Hey, what up, y'all? It's DJ MV.
Flipping NJ.
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 What up, y'all? It's DJ MV.
How many times you think this gonna play in a courtroom if they decide to take this sucker to court? How many times you think they're gonna play that out?
Well, they're going to play that in the beginning, probably in the middle, and for sure at the end. Okay? Because that is key to like you if you're just a regular investor, I'm sure you're not taking like a million little social media posts with dude if you're just like everybody else is just investing from afar. No, he's much closer to that situation obviously than what he would lead the Breakfast Club audience to believe.
So Doug says he went to Hampton. So that I've heard him mention Hampton a lot. I've watched the Breakfast Club
Okay.
quite a few times, so I've heard him say that. I'm not. All right, Nathaniel Crawford is in the building with Black
Hey,
Luxury Realty.
in the place.
Mr. Crawford says if you share your platform with a criminal and you benefit from their success, you also share their liability. Envy is going away on a state-sponsored vacation. You know, this is a very interesting point because a lot of times people think, well, if I didn't get any money or if I didn't do this or if I didn't do that, I'm not involved. And it's like, think about the fact that DJ MB has a massive platform and he was promoting his seminars with this Cesar Pena character on his massive platform.
Yeah.
And even when stories started to come out about this whole alleged Ponzi scheme or this alleged real estate scam, the stories kept coming out and coming out and coming out. Not one time did DJ Envy really properly distance himself or say, you know what, if people were harmed by this, I hope that, they get what they need. I'm disassociating myself with that situation in a sense. But instead, DJ Envy is trying to act like he was some kind of victim or something. And I'm like, it's very confusing because when he mentions him and Cesar, a lot of times he would mention his partner, right? They're working together on these seminars. They're working together on this real estate flipping. How do you do that? How do you do that?
I love it. I love it. But when those cases come, boy, people will turn on each other like white on rice. I tell you.
That's
They
facts
will
on facts.
turn. Man.
Doug says he was really nice at school, very humble. It wouldn't surprise me. I haven't.
That's
wouldn't
the
surprise me.
impression I get of him. Like he generally has come off to me as kind of like the nice guy in the room.
Yeah.
But so I got the same impression, Doug, too. Overall, yeah.
Yeah. So DJ Envy, I mean, there's a lot of things that could be said right now, and a lot of those things should not be said without your attorney at this point. There are too many things happening at this point in time that you should not be having any conversation about. And I don't understand why he was even engaging in the conversation.
Right. It
Like,
doesn't.
why?
I think he want. You know how people try to get out ahead and like put their story out there, so you kind of have their version while you're talking about everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that that's part of what he's trying to do. However, the problem with that is that you are committed. Once you put it out there on video, in writing, on tape, it's transcribed in writing, you're committed to that story. And even if you needed to, tweak your arguments in court or something like that, you're stuck. You're stuck. And so when a lawyer says, don't talk yet, don't bring that up, they have a reason why.
Look, the more that I keep seeing these storylines and I'm thinking about, what people should and should not be doing, it's just unfortunate to see that people just don't listen and they keep doing the same thing. So here's this character, Cesar Pena. He starts to flap his gums yesterday. I think this was yesterday. And, again, I'm sure your attorney said, shut it up. This guy, I think, is out on bail, if our bond or something. It would be a good time to shut it up. But why would we do that? Why would we listen to our attorney? Our attorney doesn't know
Why
anything.
will we not talk?
like, why would we not talk? So let's see what Mr. Pena is talking about. So he decided to go live. Let
I
me
am
scroll
surprised by
forward.
the amount of people, yes, there are on this live right now.
They trying to figure out what your dumb
Just
behind is about
touch
to
you,
say.
right? Because like, oh my God, I touched this guy, he'll change my life, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm successful, right? I was successful. Everybody wants to be my friend. Everybody wants to be around me. As soon as shit hits the fan, all these people that have profited from my success, which there's more people that profited from my success than the people that are suing me.
Look, notice he doesn't say profit from a scam, right? He didn't say profit from the scheme. He said profit from success. So I hope for his sake that what was filed against him and all the situations that occurred against him are not going to affect him in the negative light, and that, all works out, and that he doesn't have any issues. I hope.
What do you know exactly the nature of the Ponzi scheme itself?
I'm not really sure. I'd probably have to look and see if I can find a pleading
I
here.
I did see some article that I don't know if it's going to really break it down very well, but a little bit says here, and this is according to Billboard.
All right, give me
Um,
one moment.
okay. So Sandy will be right back, guys. But we're trying to get more into why, the FBI came snooping around the studios of the Breakfast Club. Um, and as you heard, DJ Envy decides to talk, even though his lawyer says, "Be quiet, ferme la bouche, keep it shut." He decides to talk, pretty much claiming to be a victim, um, saying that pretty much, however anybody else was duped, like he was in that boat. All right, so Sandy's back with us.
All right, sorry, I got an interruption. My apologies. Um,
Okay.
so I know a lot of the paperwork that I've seen folks on social media talking about. Most of it is relating to Cesar Pena. However, I know that there are some that have been filing with reference to DJ Envy,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the problems is a question of whether or not money was taken from folks and basically money being recycled and given to other folks. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I give you money for a real estate investment and you take that money and give it to somebody else. And then somebody else gives you money and you take that and give that to somebody else. You're not actually accomplishing the goal that the person gave you the money for. So
Right, right.
it's
Yeah.
going to be really interesting to see whether or not they're able to pin this kind of a Ponzi scheme or real estate scam on Cesar Pena, and what, if any, liability DJ Envy is going to face because of the fact that he was promoting this guy and he spoke of them as being partners. I don't know if they had a business entity together as a partnership, but he did on many occasions speak of them as if they were partners in some kind of
That's
business.
that's why, okay, I think there's 29 lawsuits altogether, and DJ Envy, according to this one article here, was named in 9 of the 29 lawsuits. And this article also says Pena bills himself as a real estate guru on social media, posting photos with hip hop stars like 50, Post Malone, and Snoop. Claims on his website that he owns 1,100 rental properties in Paterson, New Jersey. Appeared on the Breakfast Club as a guest of DJ Envy. We talked about that. And as DJ Envy said, has co hosted a series of real estate seminars with him starting back in 2018. In May of this year, though, he was accused, this was the Pena, accused of using his celebrity to fool people into
Right.
investing in those properties and with the intent of flipping them. And here's where the Ponzi comes in, the scheme comes in. The allegation is that he kept those profits for himself.
Lord have mercy.
So he did make some money, but the people who invested, he didn't give them the profits. That's what the scheme is. That's the
Understood.
allegation here. Yeah.
Let me see. I do have an article as well. Well, not an article. This is a little bit of a news story from the New York news station that covered this story. Let's see if they can give us any more on this before we chat about the legacy here.
Has been arrested for real estate fraud.
Prosecutors say Cesar Pina was taking investments to renovate and resell properties, but then diverted some of those investments for his personal gain.
And as Fox 5's Chris Welch explains, while DJ Envy is not charged in the case, he did often promote the project on his show.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlemagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club.
A longtime business partner of popular radio host DJ Envy, Cesar Pina, has been hit with a federal wire fraud charge. U.S. Attorney for...
Oh, and they did say it was federal wire fraud. Lisa, you know anything about federal wire fraud? Like how they can bring those kind of charges?
Well, I don't know a whole lot because I do mostly practice on the state level.
Yeah.
But I'm anytime you send a wire, you're dealing with federal because you're dealing with banks, you're dealing with federal communications.
Yeah.
And so if you're diverting money that way, that's an easy way to get the feds involved.
Girl, they really involved right now.
Oh, yeah.
For the District of New Jersey, Philip Selinger says he, quote, defrauded investors in a Ponzi scheme. He added that Pina exploited celebrity status and social media to develop a devoted following of potential victims. Promising returns that were too good to be true, Pina allegedly defrauded dozens of people of millions of dollars.
It all starts with credit, right? Your credit has to be good.
Pina built a following on social media and then a partnership with DJ Envy, though DJ Envy has not been charged.
So with Cesar, he taught me how to do it the right way.
Envy describes his relationship with Pina in this Kitchen Talk episode from 2 years ago.
He said, you don't use your money, you use other people's money to get these deals.
Oh my God, I could see these words playing out so much in a
Totally
case.
not a crime, though. Totally not a crime. Totally smart. I mean, as a real estate broker associate in real estate, of course you want to use other people's money to get your deals. That's not the illegal part.
Yeah, I think the problematic part is how you use other people's money. Because
Well,
if I'm
what I-
giving you money to invest in this, you can't take the money that I gave you to invest in this property and give it to something for another property, right?
Right. So I'm not talking about the criminal case, but I'm saying the concept of learning how to leverage a purchase, keeping your money in your pocket, using the bank's money to buy your real estate investment. And
Right.
then when you grow equity in that property and using the equity out of that property to pay your loan off, that's smart.
Yeah, that is true. The problem is we just get a lot of folks that keep doing stuff. They have to be extra. Why can't we just follow the line? Follow the line. Follow the line.
Toe the line.
All right, let's see what else he got to say. We're going to wrap up.
He described reaching out to media personality and former rapper Joe Budden.
Joe Budden told me it was a Ponzi scheme and I was going to go to jail.
Budden just this
Oh my
month
God. There's
reacting
like,
to those comments.
wait.
Joe Budden was not playing with him. Joe
Wait a
Budden was
minute.
like, it's a Ponzi scheme.
You mean to tell me he had 4 Warners in
Yeah.
his path?
Yes, he
Those
did.
soothsayers and 4 Warners and people that will tell you about what's to happen to you if
Yeah.
you don't get off this track? Oh
Facts.
no, he had
Yeah.
warning.
He had warning. He just didn't heed the warning and I guess thought he was going to get around it. And unfortunately, that's just not the case. But boy, if we ever listen one day.
That just sounded fishy.
After the allegations surfaced, DJ Envy addressed them on The Breakfast Club.
Now, Cesar, if
Now
you
we
took-
already heard that, so we're not going to listen to him now. Caesar?
Caesar, you know? Now, he say that name like he know that guy and that they done went on cookouts and camping trips together. He didn't say Mr. Pina. Now, Caesar?
Girl, we're going to have to wrap. I can't with this. I think we're going to need to do a deep dive on this one as more information comes out. But one thing I think is going to be really impacted is DJ Envy's legacy. Because like Doug said, I'll put up his comment again. Doug said he was a really nice guy at school. He was very humble. And I think that overall, I don't think most folks would say that he was a problematic person. I just think over the last few years, he's gotten himself in the mix of quite a few things. And, he is in a position of power and status right now in terms of his career choice. His voice travels. He has a large following. The legacy is going to be the question now. Is he going to have a legacy of being a scammer because of his association with this partner the Cesar Pena. And unfortunately, sometimes you just have to be mindful and choose your partnerships wisely, because your partner can mess up your business in more ways than one.
That's true. And some people start off maybe being honest and straightforward, and then corruption comes in along the way.
Yeah,
So maybe things were straight and hunky dory just starting out. And maybe DJ Envy didn't know when things were getting bad or what have you. But the fact that he's promoting him
yeah.
without knowing any of that, therein lies a lot of the problem as to why his name is all up in this.
Yeah, so we got to keep this conversation going, guys. Please drop some comments. Let us know, for those who are watching the replay, your thoughts on this situation. What do you think about DJ Envy's legacy? Do you think that he's going to face a heavy hit on this situation, or you think he's going to be okay after this whole situation? Um,
I think he'll rebound. For some reason, I feel like he will rebound. Because, a
it's
lot of
possible.
people, the only problem I have with him is that he was warned along the way
Yeah,
and he
I think
did not heed that warning. That right there doesn't speak well of his sense of judgment, right?
it really doesn't. And I think it creates a situation where, instead of people talking about you as a victim, as you're trying to portray yourself, people are going to talk about you as a scam artist, a fraudulent person. And that's not the legacy that, we would want to have, especially after years and years of working hard and doing things, I would say, generally the right way. Now you're going to be marred with people ridiculing you and carrying on. And as we both know, that can carry for years and years and years.
That
So
is
it's not
true,
a problem.
Sandy. That those things, when you make mistakes, somehow things tend to haunt you longer than when you do something good, right? People remember the bad stuff for a lot longer than they do the good stuff that you do. So I think
Absolutely.
you're absolutely right about that. And that's unfortunate. And guess what? Nobody else will most likely ever listen to DJ Envy when it comes to investments. That's out.
I'm gonna leave it at your word, Lisa.
That's a legacy. That's a legacy that he has created for himself. You cannot give any more investment advice. It's over.
Lisa has spoken, guys. Please, we appreciate you for tuning in. Continue to bring up those likes, and click the like button, click the subscribe button, and click the notification bell so that you'll be notified next time we're online. We are two lawyers talking legacy, and today we were talking DJ Envy, Cesar Pena, and this real estate scam allegations. I mean, this Ponzi scheme that is alleged to have occurred. Stay tuned, guys. We're probably going to have to do a couple of stories on this, because it doesn't look like it's going anywhere anytime soon.
That's all right.
Have a good one, guys. Hope you have a happy Wednesday.